Today, I'm going to give you a glimpse of what we've done so far in the Potager Garden. I've showed you bits and pieces, but I'm going to try to summarize what we've done over the last couple of months. We had an area here where the water was washing bad because it's a pretty severe slope down here. So we decided to fill it in with some rocks. So we've got 4 of these large rocks that we're going to place across the front, and then some smaller river rocks that we're going to put in front of the large rocks. Here's Dalton and Greg trying to figure out how to get these laid level. It took them a couple of tries, but in the end, it really turned out excellent. And I really wanted more than one row of the bigger rocks, but if you've priced these lately, they are outrageous. So this is how it looked once we got through. I think it turned out really great, and those rocks just make the sitting area pop. And we were going to use these river rocks to do the whole area, but you see how the pine straw is falling on top. So we decided just for right now to go with pine straw in the other areas. We also added a grapevine and a blackberry vine here in the back left corner. Greg was rather tired after digging all these holes. And this is the finished product. This is a couple months later after we planted and they've grown out. And once they get up a little bit more, I'll put them up on the strands of wire here and train them to grow up. But I think they turned out well also. And after we got the metal raised beds in, I had a big area here. So I decided to go ahead and do some more raised beds with the leftover stone that I had. So this is the process I did with most of them, is I dug out a trench for the rocks and layered this pebble, the small pebbles in the trench. And this helps with the rock settling. It helps with the weed growth. And then I put a layer of the big rocks and then fill in again with the small pebbles. And I would do this for the first couple of layers, and then the top layer wouldn't have any of the pebbles in between. Just make sure they're settled in there real tight and snug. And it's been about 6 months since I did the first bed, and it hasn't washed, the stones hadn't moved. I'm really pleased with it. I love the kind of rough look. We also put in the irrigation system in all the beds. So here I'm digging out inside the bed and then on the outside of the bed so I can put the 1/4 mini tubing to connect to the irrigation system. I'm going to show you all the parts that I used. We do sell this in a raised bed kit that will support 8 4 by 8 foot raised beds with 4 feet in between. So I'm just running this tubing, and this is solid tubing. It doesn't have any emitters in it underneath this raised bed, and I'm just going to cut it, and we're going to run the main irrigation later. I'm going to leave plenty of room here because I'm not sure exactly how much I need. You just take scissors and trim it. Make sure you do an even cut. And then I'm going to attach a barb flow valve. So this adjusts the amount of water putting out, and it also balances the flow. So if I don't want to water one of these beds, I can simply turn it off. Or if I'm fertilizing a certain thing and don't want to fertilize all of it at one time, I can turn this bed off. Next, I'm going to cut me a short little piece of tubing to attach to this. And as I said, I was learning as I went. I cut this a little too long. I'm connecting it to the bar flow valve. I just need a little short piece here, and then I'm going to add a transfer barb to connect the pieces together. And there's all kind of configurations for this, and we have several videos on how to do it. So the next thing I'm going to do is connect a T, and this to connect my two lines. I'm going to have 2 rows of drip tape here. Then I'll connect the solid tubing to each side of this. And then I have an elbow at the end, and the elbow fitting can be used to create a 90-degree bend or create a turn. So I'll attach the elbow, and then this is the drip tubing. It has pre-installed 6-inch spacing. The water output is 0.5 gallons per emitter per hour. The only limitation is you can't go over 30 feet with this. And here I'm putting the stakes in, and we're not hooking up the other part of the irrigation yet. I actually planted some peanuts in here and hand watered it until Greg got all the irrigation set up. Here I'm doing the other side, and I'll just pin it down with my stakes. And what's so great about this is when you need to turn this bed over, you just simply take these little metal pins out, fold your irrigation tubing back, amend your bed, and then put it back down. And this will last for years and years. So here I'm going to trim it off at the end, and there's a goof plug that goes at the very end. I'm not going to add this yet because I want to wait till we get the water hooked up and make sure everything is flushed out well. So here Greg started digging the trenches for the main line from the well, and then the other lines. And we ended up putting 3 faucets out here. Here's Dalton helping us out with the trencher. And this was before we put all the pine straw down. I'm loving the irrigation out here on these beds. And here's the valve where you turn it on and off. So I can simply water all these beds just by flipping this one little switch. And here's one of my main faucets that he installed. Finally, my fence is getting put up. And this fence just made the worlds of difference. I spent months searching for the right fence, and the company I got it from is Iron Fence Shop, and I'll put a link to their website in the description. Jason Kaufman was the customer service rep, and he went above and beyond helping me get the right length, what I wanted. So what it boiled down to, the reason I went with them is their excellent customer service. Now we wanted to put it in ourselves, and then we ended up with such a slope that we did have to get some professional installers to install it. So here's kind of an overall look. This is my main centerpiece. This water fountain here is solar, and I've got just flowers in this center area. Grace got some milkweed here in one corner. I've got a big area here that I've yet to decide what to do, but I've decided this is a never-ending project that I will always be adding stuff to, but overall, I'm very pleased.